bright as it gets down the street with no shade. I can read some of the stuff here, so I think we're in a good spot. If I remember to make this public, I guess I will find out momentarily if this is public or not. I thought I hit the button. I don't know, how do we tell? I guess I can't tell till people get in here or not. I don't know, people mowing grass, let me get away from it. The reason I don't mow my own grass, I'm actually mildly allergic to it. I have to pop a bunch of Benadryl. I hire people to do it. There we go. So, third cardio session for the day. We're at an hour and a half of brisk walking to take me up to 2 hours. And for me, this is an easy way to drop body fat. So I do certain things in my diet. So get my six-pack back without compromising my muscle or strength. That's the idea. All right, anti-glare is doing decent here. Way better than it was. All right, cool. Not perfect, but at least I can see. And that matters. All right, so hopefully we get some people in here. This also means we won't have one later tonight. It frees me up to not have to deal with that. So thought it's nice out here. Get a little sun, a little fresh air. And do all these in shorts, that way I get a little bit of a tan from all of it. Obviously we won't be out in the sun all the time. I'll do the bike on a lot of them, especially with the weather. I mean, this being the Houston area, it rains a lot. All right, it rains a lot here. But then it's extremely hot after. All right, so far not many people. This is less lively than the last ones. I ended up doing more of these than I wanted because I was going to do just 2 this morning, but one of them it got disconnected. And when it got disconnected, you guys know what that means. It means everyone drops. Like all the people who were in it were dropping because it doesn't reconnect for the people just because it reconnects on my end. It's really weird. So there we go. Now people are trickling in. Hit those like button, guys. Other people will see it in their feed. This is a Saturday. Jason, what do you think about push-pull legs versus upper lower? Yes. I program both for clients. I promote both for people. For people who only train 3 days a week, I think push-pull legs works great. If you can train 4, I think upper lower works great. I have built many of my clients off these. A lot of the clients you see in the testimonials, a lot of the clients you see off the vlog, this is how they train. Those are actually my 2 most common splits literally for my clients. Are you going to up the cardio intensity when your body adapts to the walks? Hey, Alan, you do know that's not a thing, right? Right? Your body doesn't adapt to calorie burning and stop burning calories. Not how it works. No, I'm cutting now. It was general wellness. I told you guys that. I was doing the 30 minutes. Now I've reached a point. I feel like I'm big enough, I'm thick enough that if I trim down and have abs, I think people will be pretty shocked. I mean, I've got friends who are coaches who prep bodybuilders are like, dude, you're pretty big at this point. Like if you cut down, I think people will be surprised. And I don't mean contest ripped, but I'm just going to cut down lean enough to have probably visible abs would be a good idea, which I've done before. But I don't want to drop water to do it. I need to just lean out. So I'm not doing the whole low carb thing at the moment. I can if I all of a sudden want to look really, really fake lean. The lower carbs works for that. For me, I'd rather just stay full and just do it through dropping body fat. So, all right, this is pretty good. This would normally be completely unreadable. I can still read it reasonably well. I agree. I think brisk walks and hiking is one of the best forms of cardio for lifters hitting legs hard. Exactly. That's why I'm doing it that way, because I'm hitting my legs hard. The body weight are you using for the cut? I'm not. I'm just going for a look. I kind of went up. So I've been sitting at 220-ish, and it trickled up to 222 for about 4 or 5 days in a row. So I had put on about 2 pounds, not necessarily intentionally. And I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, man, I'm thick enough, I'm big enough. I mean, I could stand to gain muscle in some certain places, but I can probably still build those a little bit while cutting, right? So it is really bright here now though. So I'm gonna go over to the park area so that we get a little more shade so I can read this a little better. I think Jason needs to get thicker. No, I'm pretty thick. Keep in mind, dude, I'm 222 pounds at 5'9". All right, I think we're good. So put that in context for some of the other people that you guys follow out there who advertise their heights and weights. Right? On the tubes. Jason, I've been hitting the reverse hyper hard. I'll get to him in a second. Let me get to where I can read that a little better. Long messages I can't read. Even with the anti-glare screen, they're just too much. All right. Let me see if I can. Yeah. The anti-glare, at least I can see them. They're just blurry. Previously, had I hit this lighting, I wouldn't be able to see the letters. It was just 100% black screen with nothing but solid black. So at least I can see where the letters are. But yeah, this is pretty bright. So I'll be in just a moment. I'll be to a better lit area with shade trees, and then I will get over to your questions, guys. All right, I've been hitting the reverse hyper hard the last few months. I noticed crazy glute hip activation. Yeah, you will. Do you shower between cardio sessions? Yeah. I mean, if I get sweaty, I just jump in and do a quick rinse off. Slap a little slope on, quick hot shower to knock the sweat off. A lot of times for bed, I like to take a hot bath though and soak. Greg says, hi, what's up, Greg? I think these streams are what is going to blow your channel up. The content is amazing. I don't know about that. But at least we document all the cardios, right? Do you think reverse hypers in combination with good mornings are perfect for hip hinges? Yeah, that combo works really well. I mean, you can combine deadlifts with reverse hypers, works really well. That's what I'm doing at this moment. All right, so yesterday's leg workout for the hip hinge side, I did 3 sets of heavy deadlifts and then 3 sets of reverse hypers. I'm with Jason, not sure there is much demand for streams. Yeah, I mean, maybe, whatever. But the thing is, I'm gonna do the cardio anyways, right? I'm gonna do the cardio anyways. I get paid for the streams, even if it's not that much, and I pick up subscribers. And I'm doing them on multiple platforms. So I've been doing them on my Facebooks also. So that picks up traction for those algorithms too. So it's not about the YouTube channel. I'll be fair with you guys. I don't think YouTube will ever make enough money for me to live on ever again. Because I don't push certain things. And what my YouTube made at its peak would not pay my current bills and standard of living. Like if YouTube was my primary income and it made what it made at its absolute best when I was doing all the drama videos, I couldn't pay my bills. So, I'm not that worried about it. Really at this point, YouTube mostly just gets me clients and a little bit of spending money. This is more about accountability. These streams pay basically, well, not nothing. I mean, they pay. It's just, it's not, anything to write home about, Like, to put in perspective. So what do I mean by they don't pay? I pick up subscribers from them. But the streams themselves on YouTube, I bet you they only make $300 a month. Maybe, depending on, unless I get super chats. So, I mean, it's pocket change, guys. My house alone cost me over like $2,000. So, Jason, are you just holding the camera, or do you have some sort of attachment? It's called a hand. There's attachments for that? Are you serious? All right. Trying to make real money on Facebook and YouTube tools there. You need a team. No, Phil, that's not true. Definitely not for Facebook. But I'm not going to go into details. Now, Facebook destroys YouTube on that. Right, it really does. Get a gimbal. I don't know what a gimbal is. All right, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, Jason, I've seen people have sticks that hold cameras so they can vlog. Yeah, but I'm walking out here in just shorts and a fanny pack. Like, where am I gonna attach this thing? Why can't I just hold it? What's the problem with just holding the phone? I don't see a problem. Like, what in the hell are they attaching it to? Their penis? I don't know. A gimbal keeps the camera steady. Why aren't you wearing a vest? We've already covered this every time in the streams, Jack. I haven't worn the vest in weeks. It beats up my recovery. I am trying to squat heavy and train legs really hard. Wearing the weight vest for the walks absolutely impacts my squat. Good afternoon. All right. Thanks for all the info. You helped me to get a 350 squat. Awesome. Are you wearing? No, I had booty shorts on for the first walk this morning. I have different shorts on now. So I don't need to wear them all the time. I don't care. I don't care though. I mean, I'll wear them to the grocery store. I'm good. I don't care. I have. In fact, I did today. So they're gone. Can you wear a necklace? I mean, I could, but I don't want to. I don't want to wear a necklace out walking. I mean, I wear them sometimes for when I go out in public for certain things. Do you still do a minimum GPPs work? Will that affect your heavy training? No, I'm not doing any GPP. I am literally doing my 4 days of lifting and then tons of list cardio right now. All right? Literally the name of the game, guys. That's what we're doing. People ask the funniest questions on YouTube. They ask some crazy stuff. You know, they always ask some crazy stuff. Okay. Well, still not perfect, but it's 10 times better with the anti-glare screen. Get those likes up, by the way, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get more people in here. Because the stream isn't going to go past 30 minutes. Because 30 minutes will put me at 2 hours for the day. That's our target. Do the likes really matter? Yes, obviously they matter. Is that your excuse for not hitting the button? Happy Mother's Day. Okay. Well, I'm not currently dating any mothers, and my mother has passed away. So it's not really kind of a day for me that I care about. But it's all good. But yes, them likes matter. See, now all the haters came in and hit the dislikes. They knocked them back down. I'm like, oh, take your likes away. Oh. Talk about having no life. Talk about a sign of having insecurity in a small penis. Man. So all the guys who click dislikes, dude, you guys are probably hung like acorns. like your level of insecurity and loserness. Man, guys. All right, I'm 24 and I think you're looking good. Good video. Appreciate it. Too far gone. What should you do or besides max effort? There's a lot to read. Dynamic program. Yeah, dude, can you shorten that down? It is, I do have an anti-glare screen on, but I am in sunlight. That's a lot to try to read. I literally have to stop walking to read a question that long. Do you think max effort is the best? For maximizing strength development, yes. No, there shouldn't be a question about that. That is a fact. Max effort training will give you the best improvement to your 1-rep maxes through neural drive and intramuscular coordination. Do you still advocate for a vertical diet? I haven't messed with the vertical diet in many years. My body fat and body weight probably went too high on it and I started getting sleep apnea. So I dropped the vertical diet about 5 years ago. Yeah, dislikes cost a like to go away. So that's why you'll notice I had more likes and then it went down. Jason, I buy a lot of food, but I can eat too much of the same. Tips to help me eat. That's too vague. Like there's tons and tons and tons of tips on dealing with appetite, satiety. So you're gonna get a very vague answer. Eat more protein, eat more fiber. Focus on higher satiety foods, drink more water. You know? But yeah, fiber and protein. If you have a problem too with eating too much in general, reduce the fat in your diet and quit adding calories that are hyper palatable, high calorie foods. That means don't add oils or butter ever to anything. Don't cook in oils. Don't add any refined sugars. Do you think top set and reverse pyramids would be good for strength? I'm not a fan of reverse pyramids. I don't see the point. Like, I get the idea of doing a top set and then back off work, but it's literally adding extra steps for no benefit. In other words, and people be like, what? You're literally adding weight changes that don't have to happen. So in other words, you're not getting any benefit from the reverse pyramid. Yes, the top set or the heavy single, sure. The rep work afterwards, but you could literally just drop down to one weight, do your 3 sets of 8, 3 sets of 10 you were gonna do, and get 100% of the benefits you would have got from the reverse pyramid. There's no need to drop the weight multiple times. It's like, sure you can, but you're not getting anything out of it other than you just want to do it. Make sense? So I'm not like hating on it, I'm just saying it's pointless. You could have just left the same weight on the bar for all 3 of those sets and got the same muscle gain results. You think stairs make cardio affects recovery more? I don't know. I'm not doing a stair stepper though when I'm squatting all the time. Now that you've tried the vertical diet, plant-based, high carb, low carb, a few others, who do you think all the diets, why do they try all these anyways? Because we got to see how we respond to stuff, right? And also some diets help you look leaner. They help with certain stuff. So lower carb diets will make you appear to be leaner than you really are sometimes. Okay, it's kind of a cheat code to faking it, like a little bit of free Photoshop. They don't actually make you leaner. Can reverse hypers and leg curls maximize hamstrings? I don't know about that. You need some sort of big movements. The tools that make sense. What about dynamic double progression? I don't care about double progression at all. You don't need to worry about. You can. It's just not something I particularly care about or think about. Okay. Because even if you're running conjugate stuff, you're not worried about that. You're just doing maxes and then you're doing speed work at percentages. and then you're just slowly, progressively overloading your accessory work. That's it. I looked into your post tabs and saw you were 320 pounds before. No, not in my 30s. No, when I was like 20. No. I ballooned back up to like 300 when I was sick and in bed and depressed and people bringing me junk food. I spent a year in bed. No, but when I was young, I was probably 320 estimate. I didn't weigh myself because I was too embarrassed to. But over 25 years ago, I got into shape finally. Right, I was a young man. I got really, really fat right after high school. And then I took up running to get in shape, and then I started lifting. And that was, over 25 years ago. Over. But yeah, I've been 300 pounds twice. When I got really sick, depressed due to my medical conditions, and was completely sedentary. Pretty much, I ballooned back up to 300. Pretty straightforward. Because I didn't care. Like, I thought my life was over anyways. So, so people say, well, how could you let that happen? How could you go from being a lifter to that? Because I went to a point where I couldn't lift. I lost everything in my life due to a physical illness. My ability to work, my ability to exercise, and just everything. So I just was there kind of waiting to die until I finally pulled myself back out of it. Weren't you a fitness enthusiast and coach around the time you were sick? No, Hank, it's not an issue of discipline. No, I wasn't training anybody at the time. I had been a personal trainer some before that. I was doing industrial work for a company involved in natural gas. When I got sick, I was just waiting to die because my life was over. So a person's not going to have discipline when you reach a level of depression where your doctor say, hey, you need to stop working out. We need to figure out what's wrong with you. So you quit working out, and then you get sicker and sicker. And then you just get to a point, at that point, where I basically thought my life was completely over. There was no point in existing, but I also didn't want to off myself. So, I thought I was going to die because I had no reason at that point to continue. Got to a point where doctors were like, you're going to have to go on disability. You may be on disability the rest of your life. Oh, and we don't want you working out. Like, are you serious? So yeah, I gave up at that point. Thoughts on doing reverse hypers on a GHD? You can't. They don't work. I mean, you can do it, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to replicate a true reverse hyper. Right? It's not really comparable. So, have a good day, bro. Thanks for everything. You're welcome, Bill. Also, by the way, Hank, I just realized a bunch of the comments you made. Let's get you out of here. We don't need to let you stick around. You definitely a hater. All right. I'm a pretty good ways from my house, but I'm going to start heading back that direction. I'm going to go ahead and hop out of the stream, though, too. This has been pretty good. We got 24 minutes in the stream. So I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to head back to my house. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.